This camera is, I don't know what just happened, but I had a big error. Hopefully it's working. Welcome back to the Shed of Doom. I do have a new camera coming for Christmas. Santa kind of spilled the beans and told me what he's getting me. Anyways, I want to show you what I'm doing here. I did record this earlier, or tried to record it earlier, but I'm wearing the camera on my head. And I had the I had the angle all messed up, so I didn't come out to show you what I'm up to here. So I'll just explain it to you really quick. I'm installing, in addition to the Reds cone valve that's now installed in this rebound side of the fork, I'm installing an XP-One kit from Dal Soggio to tune the rest of the forks. I mean, I'm so happy with that cone valve and how it made it feel. I want to go all the way. So what I'm doing is replacing the pistons, and this one's already done. The pistons and shim on the base valves, both. That one's already completed. This is for the compression side. And I'm going to replace the compression mid valve thingy that's in here with an actual compression valve from Dal Soggio, which is shimmed and tuned and everything for the kit, from the kit. So that's going to be a simple replacement, very similar to what I did to put the cone valve in. This is kind of a Frankenstein setup, but I think it's gonna be great. It's probably as far as I could go without getting a symmetrical kit or buying like cone valves or a 6500 kit or something from and literally it cost me maybe $500, and I'm gonna have the best suspension I can get on a budget. So stay tuned for the ride video. I'll leave this on my head, see if anything interesting happens. So it's on a 17 millimeter hex. This is the base valve. This side's going to be very easy. I don't even have to disassemble the fork. I just remove the base valve, and then we're going to take it apart and replace it with the shim stack and piston from the kit. We're going to do the same on the other one, but I do have to disassemble the compression side to put the compression valve in. Duh. 17. Let's try 16. That's a 17, and we are going to use a 6-pointer for a good tight fit. I don't believe there's any Loctite on this, but shouldn't have to. No, it comes right off. This nut is getting reused. Spring that's under it, the tension spring that's under it. Right there. One washer. Let's put a raggy down for everything. In good condition. So this whole stack is going to come off. You know what? Just for the sake of ha-has, I am going to keep it together in case I don't like this for some reason and I want to replace them. One. There, now that's in order. And if I ever want to replace, no problem. All right. I'm going to use a little medium Loctite on this, so let's get the threads clean. All right, here's the tricky part. This is going to sit, this shim stack is going to sit cone down, just against the piston. I wish there was some kind of divot in there, so I wouldn't have to like. This is a nerve-wracking part, man. One wrong move and shims are flying. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to grab a... And these kits come with the O-rings and everything, so... Flat side, indented side. Flat side always against the shims. Washer. Springs on here already. Alright, we're going to put a little dabby of Loctite on there, and I mean a little. Don't want to get any in the valve or shims. And I'm using blue. I have red here, but it doesn't need it for this. I don't want that shit sleeping all over the place. All right. Spring. I think it's like 6 or 7 pounds of inch-pounds. Not much. And I want to keep the washer right on target. Let it get off on one side or the other. There we go. Base valve done. So I did the exact same process on the compression side base valve. That's it for today. Tomorrow I'm gonna pull the compression thingy out of there and put on the compression valve and new pin and put everything back together. I'm going to replace this thing with an actual valve with shims and a working needle. So the first thing to do, this is Loctited in, it needs a good application of heat, so let's get started. This is the stock compression thing. I thought there was supposed to be a spring on that, but I guess not. Anyways, this is the replacement from Dal Soggio with an actual shim stack. Make sure that has some give on it. Comes with a new pin. and spring. I'm going to grease that. There's a little O-ring there. The Dal Soggio kits are very nice. They come with the piston rings. Even on the pistons for the, there's an O-ring on the pistons for the base valves too. And an O-ring, a sealing O-ring there, an O-ring on the pin. Let me grab my Slickoline. Grease up the pin, then we're going to use a little red Loctite on the threads and pop that guy in there. Let it set up a little bit, and then we're gonna put it all back together. I already degreased that. Let's hit that with a little contact cleaner. Grease and thread locker don't mix. Oh, I'm getting sloppy with my stuff here. I don't know what the torque spec on this is, but you know, red Loctite should hold it plenty tight. So that's it. I just have to put the forks back together, fill and set the oil level. I believe Dal Soggio recommends 110 from the top. Springs out, so back on it.